Governor Andy Beshear joining state health officials and talking about the coronavirus. He says there are no cases in Kentucky, but says the state is prepared for what may happen.
Coming up, road crews here in the Cumberland Valley are getting ready for the possibility of another round of snow and black ice. We'll have more in just a few minutes.
We are tracking 2 rounds of snow that'll impact your Friday and your Saturday morning. I'll have more details on that right now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Snow and black ice closed many school districts this morning. Will it be a repeat tomorrow? We've declared a severe weather alert day due to the possibility of a couple more rounds of snow. Chief Meteorologist Paige Noel is tracking the threat. Paige?
Well, Steve, we are tracking more snow moving in tomorrow. And like you said, there's going to be 2 rounds that move in tomorrow, one in the morning and one in the evening. The snow we saw today, though, it's gone. Looking at our UVA-wise camera, melted pretty quickly with that sunshine. Now seeing a beautiful sunset, but looking at a cold night ahead. And any roads that are wet, well, they'll likely refreeze as we head into tonight. 35 right now, but feeling like the upper 20s into Jackson as that sun does start to set. And we're looking okay heading into tonight. Of course, hanging on to some flurries up along I-64, Moorhead to Lexington to Louisa. We'll continue to hang on to flurries tonight, but snow showers move in very early for tomorrow. Winter weather advisory is in effect for Bell, Harlan, Letcher, and Wise County over into Virginia. That goes in effect tomorrow morning, very early, and lasts until about Saturday morning. So those roads that are still a little bit wet, that are shaded, less traveled, could definitely refreeze tonight as temperatures drop below freezing. Snow showers return early Friday morning, kind of continue on and off throughout the day. We get a slight break before more snow moves in Friday night with some snow showers and flurries continuing into your Saturday morning. We'll talk a little bit more about the timing and how much snow to expect coming up in a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you very much. And road crews, of course, are preparing for the next couple rounds of snow, and we'll have more on that in just a moment. But first, Kentucky's governor says health leaders are ready in the unlikely event there is a coronavirus outbreak in this state. Andy Beshear was joined by health officials today and saying the risk is low, but the preparedness levels are still being elevated. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what the governor had to say during that news conference this afternoon at the Capitol.
The worldwide concern is growing over the coronavirus.
Let me be very clear. No one in Kentucky has been diagnosed with the novel coronavirus.
Yet the state did identify 100 people who had traveled overseas, all of them, including one who did have some questionable symptoms, tested negative.
It was a precaution, and entirely a precaution. Most all of those are out of the 14-day window that we would look at.
During the course of the news conference, the governor repeatedly said the risk is low. But while there are no current problems, he says they're going to use this time to prepare for the possibility that there could be somewhat of a problem in the days ahead.
And is ready.
They said that the Health Cabinet website is being updated with information on the respiratory illness that can spread from person to person.
And I want to reassure you and let you know that I have high confidence in our healthcare system in the state of Kentucky and the professionals who serve you every day.
Kentuckians who travel overseas to impacted countries are asked to tell their local health departments. The governor says all Kentuckians can follow some good advice.
If you haven't gotten a flu shot, go get one. Staying home if you don't feel well. Don't come to work if you're sick. I've been telling people in state government that. And also properly wash your hands.
The governor says as of now, it's simply a matter of waiting and watching, but does not believe any drastic steps or measures are warranted. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
State health officials say the people they closely monitored did so willingly out of concern for their health and others. Workers at Bluegrass Airport in Lexington are keeping the terminals clean as coronavirus concerns mount for travelers. An airport spokesperson says they are closely monitoring briefings from health officials and the airport industry. The airport recommends anyone traveling to use hand sanitizer while in the terminal. They say sanitizer is available throughout the airport. Well, after last night's round of black ice and snow, road crews are preparing for what could be another early morning. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talked to crews in Bell County about what they are doing to get ready.
The last few weeks for road crews in Bell County,
It's been, it's been a little bit overwhelming. The slides, different slides and areas that we, not used to working, and it's been a lot of toll on the men and hours.
as they still need all hands on deck for flood cleanup. So now a new round of snow doubles the workload.
The ditches is full. All the ditches is full, and water's running on the road, so you've got that ice to deal with, on a daily basis too when the temperatures is cold.
Their drivers stay ready for anything. The biggest way to do that, making sure to get the salt down in time and making sure it's the right kind for that spot.
Well, the blue salt is more treated. It's kind of a lower temperature. We use it for, and probably 20 and below we would use it. Anything above 20 degrees that we would use the white type.
At this point, they know the areas most prone to black ice, those like Varilla Curve.
See how dark it is? And with that, it just keeps the moisture there. It stays in that. The sun don't hit it to dry it out.
They do it all to keep their tight-knit county safe.
But kids is our first priority of getting these buses in and out safe. And you can imagine these buses running with any bit of this. There's not much room for error here.
So now, they wait for the calls to get back out wherever they're needed next. In Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
And to track that snow on its way tomorrow, download the free WYMT weather app, and you can keep track of any school closings and delays on WYMT.com. Already a few coming in for tomorrow. A fire police say was intentionally set at Pikeville Medical Center put one man behind bars. First responders say they were called early this morning to a report of a fire in a first-floor bathroom. When they arrived, they found a garbage can on fire and paper towels placed over the fire alarm. This man, Tristan Blair, was seen leaving that bathroom shortly before the fire started. He was charged with first-degree arson and taken to the Pike County Detention Center. Thomas and Jennifer Stacy, the Floyd County couple accused of child abuse, appeared in Floyd County Circuit Court this morning for bond hearings. Although the hearing for Thomas was rescheduled, Detective Tiffany Bond discussed the investigation before Jennifer's attorney asked that Jennifer be released on house arrest. Circuit Judge Johnny Ray Harris says he wants to revisit the possibility of house arrest once he has confirmed that the children in their care have all been deemed safe. But he says the bond will remain at $100,000 for now. Harris says he will revisit the motion on March 9th. The city of Prestonsburg announced that it will not be moving forward with a proposed partnership with Lifeguard Emergency Services. The city plans to use its fire and rescue crews to respond to emergency calls with an ambulance instead of the usual response vehicles. Mayor Les Stapleton says the crews are prepared and this will cut out wait time because first responders will not have to wait on a transport crew in emergency situations.
The citizens of Prestonsburg pay taxes. They expect services that we need to give them. Now, we're going to roll up in an ambulance. We're going to triage. We're going to treat. We're going to package. We're going to load and transport.
Lifeguard representatives say this will not change their mission or the way they serve the community. They say the company remains committed to working with the city. Stapleton says this new venture will allow the company to save manpower and save more lives. State legislator John Bam Carney is still in the intensive care unit at Norton's Hospital in Louisville, but his family says he is doing better. He was hospitalized before Christmas with a severe case of pancreatitis. A family member posted on Facebook this week that Carney passed a swallowing test and was able to drink water for the first time in 65 days. He also had a chest tube taken out and his kidneys are now working as they should. His family says the doctors are still monitoring an infection and they are thanking everyone for the continued prayers and support. Many kids on their 5th birthday might wish for toys or clothes, but Jude, who's from Breathitt County, wished for something else. Instead of gifts, dog supplies. After her birthday, everything she collected was dropped off at Gorgeous Grooms by Helena to be taken to the Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter and the Pet Food Blessing Box.
She collected over 100 pounds of food and about 40 pounds of treats. and a basket full of toys. Never expected to get anything like that.
Jude was surprised with her own puppy for her birthday. If you're interested in donating animal items, you can drop them off at Gorgeous Grooms by Helena.
We're looking at a cold night ahead, but we should remain on the dry side before we start to see more snow move in tomorrow morning and even tomorrow evening. We'll break down the timing and impacts coming up.
And 50 years behind the mic, we'll talk to the voice of the Bulldogs at Memorial Gym since 1970 and show you the emotional moment when he was honored recently.